go again. Speeding. You ready?
Okay.
On action. Little sprints, thank you. Background.
Once we really got the ball rolling, I reached out to Greg, and he was incredibly generous and great. And I went out to Albuquerque and met him and spent some time with him, and since become a dear friend. Now he's our technical consultant on the show, and I go out there a couple times a year. He comes out here, but he can't be here every day. So Greg put us in touch with Joe, Daddy Stevenson, who has really been our guru, who kind of trained all the guys right when we started. Joe's on set every day. He and I design the fights together, and then he choreographs them and trains up our guys. So Joe's really there with us every day, along with a couple other local fighters. A guy named Juan Archuleta is with us as well. But Joe's really the leader on set for all these guys.
I have done this kind of thing on film before in a movie with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy called Warrior. And Greg Jackson, who's here, who's our technical advisor, who's the best MMA coach in the world, was my template for the character in that film. And when I got this, I called him and said, I need you again.
I met especially Frank and Joel Edgerton. Spent a lot of time with me for the Warrior movie, and they're my friends now. And so when they started this TV show, I met BYRON. Frank introduced me to BYRON, and they said we need somebody to do consulting and fight choreography and stuff. And I said, well, I know the guy for the fight choreography and the training for sure, and I'll help out with the consulting. So it's kind of gone from there. It's been a very successful show. Joe's done an amazing job with all the fights and the fighters. It's really cool to be a part of something so unique, so cool.
At the end of the day, we are playing fighters, and we want to authenticate that as much as we can. We want fighters to watch the show and not say, they're a bunch of jokes, they're a bunch of fakers. So we're spending as much time as we can with real fighters and surrounding ourselves with fighters at the gym and training as hard as we possibly can to do justice to the work ethic and the struggles that real fighters are facing.
So we did I think about a 2.5 or 3 week camp with Joe under the supervision of Coach Greg Jackson. All the fighters on our show are real fighters. All the fighters that we fight on the show are real fighters, and we've had some extraordinary people. But it brings a certain sense of truth, of veracity to what we're doing.
I just am amazed about the physical discipline. What our actors have gone through is incredibly intense, and they are standing up right next to real UFC fighters.
You know what it is? We work with actual real fighters, and everyone that we do fight on the show is an actual fighter, so that's where the authenticity comes out and where you really see it, because when we rehearse and we choreograph and we do things, it's not like someone that just thinks of, oh, this would look really cool. Everything we do is very practical.
At the end of the day, we're trying to honor and reflect a subculture of the world that people haven't seen before, that people don't know a lot about, and we're trying to do that in a meaningful way. And part of that, what's critical, is to have real fighters who give up real parts of their life to make the sacrifices to do what they do. So we have them on the show.
And all the people are so great. It's such a positive, good atmosphere to work in. And a lot of that comes from Joe. If Joe showed up on set and was a jerk, everybody would be grumpy about going to work. But everybody loves Joe, me most of all. So it's been a fun experience. I'm really glad that we're surrounded with very talented producers and directors and actors and everybody doing their thing, and Joe.